What is going on, wrestling fans? Let me situate this a little better. WWE at Home 219 here with my 2017 WWE Fastlane review. And you might be wondering why I got a little Crown Royal here. Well, if you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me there at Let's Talk _WWE. And I put this little stipulation. This will be now in all my reviews. Every time I get a prediction wrong, I will be taking a shot of whatever alcohol that I have in sight. So this so happens to be the alcohol of choice for tonight. So before we even get started here, I lost two matches. I didn't obviously get a chance to predict the throw-in matches, which were Big Show versus Rusev and Jinder Mahal versus Cesaro. So this is for you guys. Of course, I have to have a chaser because I'm not in college anymore and I can't do it like I used to. So here is to losing the Roman Reigns pick. I picked a draw. And what was the other one I lost? Oh, yeah. I thought Charlotte was going to continue her undefeated streak, but well, that didn't happen. So here's to Roman Reigns winning. Oh, that one stings a little bit. I'm not going to lie there. Oh, fuck you, Roman. Jesus Christ. All right, and this one goes out to Charlotte Flair with the interference of Sasha, which I am expecting Sasha to turn heel probably tomorrow on Monday Night Raw in Chicago. Stay tuned for that. Here's the second one down the drain. I don't know what the train is. All right, well, that was not that great. One more. So we're gonna get right into the card here. That's just part of the new reviews there. I mean, maybe on WrestleMania I'll get like 6 wrong and I'll actually be drunk during my WrestleMania review. That'd be pretty interesting. The first matchup they kicked off with was Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn. This actually was a pretty good matchup. Sami Zayn would end up taking the loss here via the Cohina Clutch. I'm not surprised. Joe is brand new to the main roster, and this really wouldn't have done anything if you would have had him lose to Sami Zayn. So it makes sense to me. I predicted this one right. Joe goes over Sami Zayn at Fastlane. Overall, I'd give the matchup a 3.75 out of 5. That's how every rating will be. It'll be out of 5. The next one was for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The club would face off against Enzo and Cass, and it just wasn't Enzo and Cass's time. I think they're saving that for WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, where it all started for those two in NXT. The club would pick up the win in a very heelish way, I should say. That's probably the better way of wording this. They were Enzo had his foot on the rope with the 2 count, but Gallows made sure his foot was off the rope, and they ended up retaining their titles. Like I said, this wasn't that bad of a matchup. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. The next one, it wasn't that exciting to me, and then again, every time Nia Jax has a match, it's kind of hard to put on a very exciting matchup with her style and size. Sasha Banks would defeat Nia Jax, though. A lot of people were surprised. I really wasn't, because I think it makes sense for Sasha to go over Nia at this point, since Nia won their first one-on-one matchup, and there's a rumored fatal 4-way for the women's title at WrestleMania. So it makes more booking sense to not make Sasha look super weak if they're all going to be involved in that championship matchup. So Sasha Banks ended up defeating Nia. Nothing too cool in this matchup to report. 2.5 out of 5. Then there's not much to say about this. Cesaro defeated Jinder Mahal. If you saw the segment, you know what happened. Big Show defeated Rusev. That did nothing for anyone. Surprisingly, the crowd seemed to be into the whole Big Show thing with the chokeslams to Rusev. I'm just going to give those two matches as a whole a 2 out of 5 because, it was just a time filler because we know what was going to happen in the main event. So then for the Cruiserweight Championship, this actually, in my opinion, was the match of the night. Neville would retain against Jack Gallagher, but these men put on an excellent matchup. The fans were into it. It just seemed like everybody on Twitter was into it that I follow, and it's about time that the Cruiserweights put on a show, and in my opinion, they stole the show tonight at Fastlane. Definitely, this match, I think, saved this pay-per-view from being an absolute travesty. I will give this matchup a 4.5 out of 5. It was an excellent matchup between the two. Neville retains here. So then we have the last 3 matchups. These were our 3 biggest matchups. Roman Reigns would face off against Braun Strowman, and obviously Roman wins because I lost my prediction. I thought this matchup would end in a draw that way. Neither man looks really weak, but they decided to have Roman go over Strowman here. And I saw a lot of people complaining about it on Twitter, obviously, because Roman gets a lot of hate. But you're obviously not going to give Roman Reigns the loss here when he's probably going to be facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So you can't make him look weak against Braun Strowman. That just doesn't make sense. Roman going over Braun here, I mean, that's fine with me. And it was a very solid matchup. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I actually enjoyed it. Those two have put on a very solid feud over the past couple months, in my opinion. So then the two main events here for the major titles. Bayley would look to defend her title against Charlotte, and that exactly what she would do via the help of Sasha Banks. I got this one wrong. I really thought Charlotte's undefeated streak at pay-per-views would come or continue, but it actually came to an end here tonight at Fastlane. There was a lot of spots in this matchup that just missed, in my opinion. I really couldn't get fully invested, and I don't think the crowd in Milwaukee was really into it. A lot of things were missing. The finish was just weird, and the attempted spot in the corner that Bayley went for a couple times and Charlotte just wasn't having it. It just didn't connect, and I didn't like it at all. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5, and it was a big miss in my opinion. The final matchup was Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, and if you really did not see this one coming, you do not know the WWE. Goldberg would beat Kevin Owens in 20 seconds. This is after, of course, Kevin Owens was stalling outside of the ring, kind of trying to get into the head of Goldberg. Obviously, that didn't work, but it was something different. I wasn't expecting him to do the troll job before the matchup. And speaking of troll jobs, Jericho's music would kick in right when the bell rang, which would cause a distraction into a spear to a jackhammer. Goldberg, the new Universal Champion in 2017. I mean, the fact that those words are coming out of my mouth are absolutely insane. I would have never guessed in a million years that Goldberg would be a major champion. Main eventing WrestleMania 33 against another part-timer, Brock Lesnar. That's wow. I mean, I feel like right now the WWE, especially, shouldn't say the whole WWE. I should say Raw is just not connecting with the WWE universe right now. This is not what the people want. And overall, this Fastlane pay-per-view was not that good in my opinion. I would give it a 5.5 out of 10 overall. A lot of stuff just didn't connect with me. There's dumb fillers here and there. The New Day showed up for no reason to promote ice cream. I mean, just tell me what you guys think down below. This is what these videos are for. I want to know what you guys think about it as well. In the comment section, let me know what you think about this. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you should be subscribed. Hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. I'm going to have a couple videos that you could see in the past that you can click on right over here. And make sure you're following me on Twitter at Let's Talk _WWE. And make sure you prepare yourselves for my WrestleMania 33 predictions. This could be a pretty interesting review. I mean, just think if I get 6 or more or 5 or more wrong, this will be interesting. And I probably will be drinking during WrestleMania. So stay tuned for that. Follow me on Twitter at Let's Talk _WWE. Take it easy.